Trump's 2025 immigration plan, no amnesty for undocumented immigrants explained. Big news is coming out about Donald Trump's 2025 immigration plan, and it's already stirring up controversy across the country. If you've been following the immigration debate, you know it's one of the most heated topics in American politics. Trump's latest proposal is clear: no amnesty for undocumented immigrants. Today, we're going to break down exactly what that means, why it matters, and what the potential impacts could be for millions of people living in the U.S. without legal status. First, let's get to the core of the plan. Unlike some past proposals that included pathways to citizenship or legal status for undocumented immigrants, Trump's 2025 plan explicitly rejects any form of amnesty. That means no forgiveness or special programs that would allow undocumented immigrants to stay and eventually become citizens simply because they've been living in the country for years. Instead, the plan focuses heavily on enforcement and border security. Trump is pushing for expanded funding for border walls, more immigration judges to speed up deportation proceedings, and increased cooperation with local law enforcement to identify and remove undocumented immigrants. The message is clear: the priority is reducing the number of undocumented immigrants in the country through stricter measures rather than offering leniency or legal status. Now, this is a big shift from other proposals that have aimed to provide a pathway to citizenship for millions. Supporters of Trump's approach argue that offering amnesty rewards people for breaking the law and undermines national security. They say that a strict stance will protect jobs for American citizens, reduce crime, and uphold the rule of law. On the other hand, critics warn that this plan is too harsh and will cause significant humanitarian and economic challenges. Without any legal pathways, millions of undocumented immigrants, many of whom have deep roots in their communities and contribute to the economy, face the risk of deportation. Families could be separated, and industries that rely heavily on immigrant labor, like agriculture and construction, could experience serious labor shortages. So what about DACA recipients, often called dreamers? Trump's 2025 plan doesn't offer new protections for this group either. While previous administrations have made efforts to shield dreamers from deportation, this new plan reinforces the idea that immigration laws must be strictly enforced for everyone, regardless of their status or circumstances. Another key part of the plan is cracking down on sanctuary cities, those jurisdictions that limit cooperation with federal immigration enforcement. Trump wants to withhold federal funding from these cities, pushing local governments to fully cooperate with immigration authorities. This has been a flashpoint in immigration debates for years and will likely fuel more tensions between federal and local governments. But what does this mean practically for undocumented immigrants already living in the U.S.? The message from Trump's administration is clear: if you're here without authorization, your options are limited. Voluntary departure programs might be offered in some cases, but the overarching goal is enforcement over amnesty. For those watching from the political sidelines, this plan is also a strategic move. It's designed to energize Trump's base, many of whom prioritize strict immigration enforcement. But it's a gamble, as it could alienate moderate voters and immigrant communities who favor more compassionate reforms. Economically, the plan could create ripple effects. Many sectors depend heavily on immigrant labor, and an aggressive crackdown might disrupt industries, leading to increased costs and shortages. The agricultural sector, for example, has long warned that fewer workers could lead to reduced crop production and higher food prices. So what's next? This plan is still a proposal and will face scrutiny in Congress and from advocacy groups. Immigration is a deeply divisive issue, and any sweeping changes will require negotiation and compromise. However, Trump's 2025 immigration plan sets a clear tone that amnesty is off the table, and enforcement is front and center. In summary, Trump's 2025 immigration plan sends a firm message: no amnesty for undocumented immigrants. Instead, it emphasizes border security, enforcement, and cracking down on sanctuary cities. This approach aims to reduce undocumented immigration aggressively but raises concerns about humanitarian impacts and economic disruptions. If you or someone you know could be affected by these changes, it's crucial to stay informed, understand your rights, and seek legal advice if needed. Immigration policy is complex, and staying ahead of changes can make a big difference. This story is still developing, And as we get updates, we'll be breaking down what it means for you and the future of immigration in America. Stay tuned, because this debate is far from over and the next few years could reshape the immigration landscape like never before.